Welcome back. In the new year. Back. I know it's the new year.
New year, new us.
The Not Subtle Scene podcast. New year, new us. We actually have paper prep. Look at this. Had a little panic attack this morning because ChatGPT completely deleted all of my history for the last 4.5 years.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
he crashed out real hard.
I did crash out real hard. I was almost in tears. I was freaking out so much. But we're here. It's back. We got it fixed. We got everything back. We're good to go. Happy New Year, first of all. This is a little late in the year. You're probably going to get this at the end of January, maybe even the beginning of February, this episode. Not sure when you're going to listen to it. We're trying to make some changes to that. This year hit pretty quick. We had some things planned to get this rolling way sooner, but, life had other choices.
But for the Chinese calendar, we're on track. Because
love that for us.
Yes, we are.
China, we got the China calendar.
For the China calendar.
China calendar, we're doing great.
It's the end of the year of the snake, so we're going to be shedding our
No snakes. We ain't fucking with no snakes this year.
Ain't fucking with
in
no
our
snakes.
personal life, in our business, no snakes.
This year's the year of the horse, the fire horse.
You were just full of fucking knowledge today. You were
like
just
it.
knowledge dropping.
Just keep going. Keep it going. I'm
My
feeling it.
goodness. I love this. But yeah, so we're here. It's Melvin, KJ. We're here with Coach No, Noreen.
No.
I know.
Like Megan Trainer, but like not a trainer.
It's really funny that it's
different
Coach.
trainer. Coach
Like,
No.
I am a trainer, but it's a different Megan, right?
It's funny that I just thought about this all these years I've known you. It's been over 5 years. We figured out today. We go back. I met you at F45. We've done a lot together. You've seen my ups and downs, my chubby face, my skinny face, my chubby husband, my skinny husband. Like, you've been a part of all of it.
It's been a journey.
And a huge motivator, so it's been great. So the whole idea here was we're trying to branch out from just real estate stuff, and we want to kind of get you guys motivated for the year with, just health and wellness, like how important it is to be healthy in your business, and how your body and your mind all go together with your productivity and your business and your view and your look. A lot of times we work with a lot of agents that understand they have to do social media. They need to do social media, but then their follow-up is like, I don't like how I look, or I'll wait till I'm skinny, or I got to lose my COVID weight. I'm like, well, it's been fucking years. What do you mean you got to lose your COVID weight? Let's get
later.
Yeah. So like that's what we want to touch on. But let me get into Noreen real quick, right? So she's got over 26 years in fitness coaching and personal training, right?
Sorry. That was on the camera too.
Also, we are completely unfiltered all the time. If you've ever taken a class with Noreen, listen, as soon as the beat drops, the booty drops, and usually she'll drop on top of you as you're doing push-ups too, and she'll put you to the test.
Sold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where do I sign it?
Oh my God, listen, I can't tell you, we'll be doing those pelvic thrust things with the weights on your thing, and she will be like, yeah, that's not enough, and drop 50 to 100 pounds more, and I'm like,
she dropped herself.
But then I sit on
she
top
will.
of the
She'll
weights.
sit on
I
top
put
of
the
them
weights on
too.
top, and then I sit on top of that. It's 100%.
It's a
Lift.
whole.
Don't lie. You know you can.
It's a whole thing. But yeah, 26 years, background in martial arts, kickboxing, self-defense, HIIT, functional training, boot camps, Orange Theory coaching, UFC gym, F45, high accountability coaching. I like that. Took some notes here. Motivational energy. I do have to really give you mad props for the energy piece. I think that's, for me, is huge in training, because you get these trainers that are just like, do it. You're doing great.
I don't get that vibe from you.
She gives me boot camp
No.
drill instructor.
Yeah.
If she was a drill instructor in the military, people would be fucking scared. Scared.
But
Happens often.
But good way.
But a good. I'm
No,
like,
very
can
good way.
Yeah, I want to go get scared because I know if I'm not getting scared, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I need. I need someone to be
You
fun
need one of
but
those
scary.
trainers to wake you up like someone's breaking into your house.
Yeah.
And they just start running after you, and you're running out the door, running down the street looking for help, and I'm just timing you behind, and then somebody just stops you
Sounds like she's done this before.
Yeah, I'm like, is
not
this
talking
part of
about
your
who, though.
curriculum? What is
can be.
I wrote she's a ninja because I'm like, look at all this crap. She's
Turtle
literally a
behind
ninja. Turtle.
Ninja turtle.
But like a fast ninja turtle.
Oh, that's great. But yeah, a lot of cool history, a lot of cool, background and knowledge, even down to just nutritional stuff. So that's why she's here. This is the conversation we want to have today. We'll get into it and just kind of discuss some ideas, some things that you can do in your business to help get yourself motivated. We want to get over that hurdle of I don't have time. I'm too busy. There's always time. Even when you're too busy, there's always time. And if there's not, I think it's very important to force yourself to make the time.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to hurt you. It's only going to help you. You know what I mean?
And it's funny because in real estate for realtors, agents, time is money.
Oh, 100%.
So
Yeah.
there is no other understanding. Time is money, so you make the time because your body is the money.
Yeah.
If you can't show up for it, what are you doing?
Right.
Right.
There's a saying, and I'm going to mess it up, but I'm sure you know what it is, and you'll fix it for me. But it's something about like if you don't make time for your health will make you make time, or something like that. And it means like if you don't make time to be healthy, you will end up getting sick or being injured
Yeah.
or whatever, and then you
have no
have to
choice.
have time. Like you're done.
100%.
I messed that up, but you know what I'm
Yeah, we
There's
get
a
it,
phrase out there
we get it.
that sounds
We'll
like
find it
that
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
Someone's
Yeah.
gonna comment and be like, "It's this phrase, you dummy."
Always.
But your core philosophy, we wrote this on. Melvin created our notes today, and I'm like, wow, who are we? I love this business. Your core philosophy: never miss an opportunity to be better than you were yesterday, and like you can take that in every aspect of your life.
That's why it's so important.
Yes,
Literally why it's so important. People look at health and fitness as it just has to be in the gym. It just has to be the gym, or it has to be around, a particular plate, chicken, greens,
Right.
salad, and anything outside of that isn't fitness, isn't healthy, and
Yes.
therefore that quote doesn't matter. That applies to literally everything you do in your life.
right,
You know what I mean?
right.
So
Yep.
Put it on a T-shirt, a hat.
Put on everything. Put on everything. Put it on your eggs. Put it in your grits. Put it anywhere you can put it.
careful now.
Yeah.
I don't
well,
know.
Careful. There's some wild places you can put things, sir.
Never miss an opportunity.
Don't put it there unless you're physically prepared for what's to come. But no, I mean, it's definitely a really cool philosophy. And I think more people need to kind of live by that. I think too many people, like you said, they're so hyper-focused on like, this is going to sound crazy because I am definitely guilty of this.
Oh, I know what you're going to say. Go for
Like,
it.
I have to go to this gym to be able to work out. I have to be, I have to. And then what do you do? And then what do you do? You're like, oh, God, it's going to take me 20 minutes to drive there, 20 minutes to drive back. Do I really want to do this? You don't have to be in the damn gym. Like we were talking about earlier, walk around your office, walk up and down the staircase, I don't know. Some people I've seen have the little treadmills at their desk while they're typing. Like there's so many ways.
There's so many avenues now than there was even 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like COVID was terrible for a lot of people, but actually made a lot of people think outside the box and
Yeah, yeah.
create new ways of getting in shape, just being healthy, being fit. That was your only choice. Either that or sit in your house and eat ho-hos all the time, which a lot of people also
A
did.
lot of people also did, yeah.
Not
That also
judging.
happened.
They keep me in business. Thank
Guilty
you.
as charged.
Job
Right.
security.
Facts.
Thank you, ho-hos.
All the ho-hos.
Let me hear you. Yes, thank you.
Oh, jeez.
I'm also, I'm like, okay, if I go to the gym 3 times a week, I'm like, then I'll be good. And I'm like, but then I can't make it on this day, or I can't make it on that day,
Yep.
and I have to change it around. And I'm like, I think to myself, I can go for a walk later, or I can go for a bike ride later, but I need to be able to hold myself accountable. Yeah.
So these things, I don't know if you've seen them before.
No, what is
They're
that?
called telephones, right?
what?
And on them,
Thought it was
they
a
actually-
paperweight.
They come with calendars now. So instead of carrying that big one that goes on the
Crazy,
desk,
right?
you
She's
carry it on your
learning.
phone. Oh my
She's
gosh.
learned.
I'm a hybrid. I'm a hybrid.
She's a hybrid. She's a paper girl.
You can put Post-it notes. If you remember to look at your Post-it notes, those work too. You just have to remember to look at them again.
Yeah, yeah.
But literally, like you book your appointments, you have to book your appointment for yourself.
Right.
Same thing with alarms. I put 100. I could show you my alarms right now, and you're gonna die looking at them. I mean, alarms. Sometimes it's an alarm to take a shower, just because I know I've got like a 8-hour morning, and if I don't schedule that in, I'm gonna put a client there.
Did you
I'm gonna
say
do
8
something.
hour morning?
My mornings start at like 4 a.m. So
There's not 8
most
hours.
people
in
are
the
going to
morning.
lunch, and I'm like, I gotta go to my
She's
job.
she's already halfway through the day by the time I get out of bed.
So is it almost your bedtime now? Is it time to eat dinner and go to bed?
It's very, very close. Yes.
That's wild. While still raising a child, by the way.
That's amazing.
yes.
Yeah, while
yes.
still raising a child.
She
you
keeps
know,
me on
so
my toes.
and I think that's something I would love to kind of touch on too. Is that's another thing we hear is like, and I'm guilty too, like raising a child now myself. It's like I don't have time because the kid, or I gotta go home for the kid. Cool, go home, work out at home,
Yeah.
work out in your living room. There's so many ways, and a lot of people aren't even tapping into that. Like I luckily blessed to have gotten Pelotons for free with my previous job. It was like
That's cool.
a 5-year or whatever their little anniversary thing, so I got those at home to work out with. But even if you don't have equipment, body weights, you can lift things in your house. You know what I mean? Like you can go on Apple. Most people have an Apple subscription. There's Apple Fitness is built into your app. No one's touching that. All you have to do is go on your TV, and there they are telling you what to do.
I literally started working. My first time ever working out was with my mother. We were living up north. I was 8. And she was like, we're going to watch a video together. And it was Jane Fonda.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
Back before actressing was her main gig, it was
Right.
fitness, right?
Right.
It's her little pink and purple striped leotard.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
my
See it
mom was
now.
like, go in the kitchen and get 4 cans of string beans. And I was like, what are we doing? So I brought out 4 cans and she's like, these are for you. These are for me. Ready? And 1 and 2.
Not the
And I'm
string
like,
beans.
We're literally
She was
doing
lifting
bicep
dinner.
curls with string beans.
That's adorable.
It's
it
literally
works.
the first memory of fitness that sits in my mind was
That's
with
crazy.
her doing that. And literally, you have anything. I mean, even pick up your kid. You talk about having a newborn at home. Well, they gain a lot of weight in that first year, right?
Yeah.
Something as simple as picking up from the ground and bringing them up, put them over the head. You're going to do it anyways. Make it count. You know what I mean? Like just the movement. People forget that movement matters.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's they're like, if it's not adhered to a certain plan, if I didn't sign up for a certain membership or a trainer or X, Y, or Z, it can't happen. Your
Right.
body just needs to move consistently.
Yeah.
That is exactly my downfall right there.
Well, not moving consistently.
Thinking
part?
I have to be a part of a certain program or at a certain gym.
You know what?
or-
Yes, yeah, and I think that's a lot of people's downfall. Is they think they got to be a part of some sort of weird community or
Yeah.
whatever. To work out and be healthy. No, and what's really crazy is as much as I've learned from you and stuff too. I've started doing like a lot of like YouTubey stuff. And I know we've talked about it. Like I fell in love with Alan Richardson, the guy that plays Reacher on Amazon's show.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Just a beautiful, beautiful chunk of human being. I'll show you a picture as I'm talking
course
about
He's
it.
got really nice teeth, and now
But,
we use his toothpaste.
Yeah, listen, I use all his stuff. Like, and what's really cool about Alan Richardson is like the way Richardson. I don't even know how to say his name. I should know because he's beautiful, but it's okay. We don't need to know names. You
Alan
look
the
this good.
Beautiful.
This guy.
That's his name.
Yes.
He is just a gorgeous, like, and he was on the cover of Men's Health and everything. And like Men's Health did that thing where they come and let's look at your fridge, right? And his fridge was not what you would expect for what he looks like.
Right.
And he literally was having this conversation about how like, I'm a real ass dude. I eat real ass food. I love my pizza.
Yeah.
I love my this. I love my that. His fridge was not what you want it to be.
Right.
In the perfect world. He's like, Men's Health's going to hate me over this. He was like, and people ask me, what's my workout routine? He goes, dude, I work out for 20 to 25 minutes a day. He was like, that's it. He's like, I don't even know how much I can bench. He's like, I don't give a damn. And that's another thing I see a lot. We've dealt with it all the time. Yeah, at F45, you get those overachievers. It's like, you're not here to max out on everything you do and grunt and scream and squeal and like look like a badass. You don't need to do that. And that's why Alan was like, listen, I do 20, 25 minutes a day, whatever I can handle till burnout. And that's it. I don't go crazy. And he's like, and I got my little supplements, even that, nothing crazy. He's got his electrolytes, his trace minerals. So I copied all that stuff. It's been amazing. Like his vitamins and stuff. But, he knows where his body's at. And that's something I wanted to touch on too is, we'll get into it a little bit later, but like just knowing your baseline. Your baseline. And I think that was something I started to learn at F45 because we would do these challenges and you'd have to weigh in and get your baseline and like see where you're at throughout the challenge process, and that wasn't even to the level that I needed to be at. Then I met my buddy, I knew my buddy Chad. He started this company, Evolving Vitality, which is like a health clinic. And he was like, dude, have you ever gotten your levels checked? I'm like, what levels? I get my blood work done all the time. And he's
Why
like,
would you
Says
say it
every
like
human.
that?
I was like, what do you mean? He's like, no, like, have you checked your testosterone? Have you checked this? I'm like, my testosterone is great. I have a great sex drive. What do you mean? And that's where everybody's mind goes,
Change the
right?
finger.
Male or
Yeah, right.
male or female. Like you
Right.
think testosterone, you think sex drive.
Yeah.
And that's where my brain went.
Well,
He's like,
they're
dude,
related, but
he's
So
like,
much
they're
more.
related. He's like, but there's so much more to it than that. He's
So
like,
much
get
more.
it checked, right? So I got it
Energy,
checked. And,
brain fog.
he explained to me how like, hey, your normal, doctor's probably going to tell you you're good and you're within range. And he gave me the whole thing. And they did. Normal doctors like, you're great. You're
Well,
within
normal
range.
doctors' range have a different range than
Well,
holistic doctors.
Girl,
range.
normal
Well, it's-
doctor's range was lower than I was at.
So here's what I try to tell people. Say
Shit
your range
shocked
is
me.
the length of this paper.
'Kay.
Right. This is your range in a doctor's office. Hormone specialist says this is your range, right? Very, very, very low to very, very high. And anywhere in between, you're great.
Yeah.
The problem is they're not taking into account of you as a human. How much do you work out? How well do you eat? How old are you? How functional are you? How much do you move? What kind of lifestyle do you have? That makes a big difference on where you should be on that scale, not just you're 38, you're a male, you're 6 foot, you belong right there.
Right.
Somewhere in there, you're fine. And that's the problem. And that's the difference, which a lot of people don't, men and
Military does
women
that
don't
too.
understand
Yeah,
that.
military does that hard
Yeah.
too.
It's kind of
They
like
put
the
you on a
BMI
chart.
factor versus
Yeah.
the body fat factor.
100%.
Like,
Oh,
very,
yeah.
very different.
Very,
You know
very
what I mean?
different.
Yeah. So, basing your numbers off of that, like, oh, well, my primary says this. Like, yeah, well, your primary, go meet with a
Go
specialist
with a
anyway.
specialist.
Just see. You're probably in the range, but you're working 5 days a week. You're working 30 minutes at a time. Your body fat is at, 15%, or 18%, or is a
Right.
man like 9%? Like, why are you all the way down there? Why you should be way up here? So just understanding
Huge.
that.
It was huge for me when I understood it, and then I started to apply it, and I got my levels. I was at the low 200s, and I was supposed to be somewhere like 900s. So that was huge for me. And again, in my head, I'm thinking, but I've been fine at home. Like, I'm good. But there's so much more to it. As soon
You
as
adapt to your fine.
You do. And like as soon as I got my levels checked, and it was not just the testosterone, it was a lot of other pieces. There was vitamins I was deficient in, and
Vitamin D probably.
all kinds of stuff. Definitely.
No.
Not deficient
Doubt
in
he's
the
deficient
D
in that.
vitamin.
I meant that real, and then as it was coming out, I started laughing,
too
and I was
late.
like,
Too
Sorry,
late.
don't
Yeah,
need
you
it.
let that one slip.
well, like,
But no, like once I figured it out and I started doing it, it was crazy because like even before working out and like getting my food stuff under control or even adjusted, everything started to tighten up like instantaneously. My body reacted to just fixing itself.
Like absorbing.
It was weird. When I tell you, like, I was like, whoa, this is weird. Everything feels weird. Like even now, like working out, like I have a little crease coming in here that I've never had. Like these little things are just like slowly, and that's with me not fully committed to like the 4 or 5 day a week workout right now. I'm still figuring out my schedule and working it in when I can. But holy crap, just know your levels before
Such
you
a
even go
difference.
into the journey of like, let's start climbing a mountain. Well, if your body's not ready
To walk.
to walk, like why are
Why are
we
you climbing?
running? Like what are we?
Feel like
where
I'm
are
into
we?
my bed. That's it.
Yeah, so I mean that's huge. I definitely want to, wanted to touch on that.
but you can't hurt yourself if you jump into it too fast, because some people will be like,
100%.
"Oh, I can do this at home," and then they injure themselves.
Here's the
Well,
problem.
that was the question I was going to ask. Yeah, what do
So-
people most misunderstand most about getting healthy?
There you go.
So many things. So first of all, the home workouts, there's not a challenge with that, but you got to be motivated for that. And
Right.
here's what a lot of people tend to forget. You buy this beautiful home, you rent this beautiful home. This place is your sanctuary. You escape the world to go home, take a bath, eat your comfort food, whatever, go to sleep, do whatever. None of my business behind closed doors. The problem is you've treated that place as your relaxation. So now you're like, I got to work out in my relaxation hub. Nobody goes to the spa to go get a workout. Nobody's going to get a massage. And instead they're like, you know what? Well, I'm here. Let me get a workout in after my massage.
Right.
No.
No.
You're going to go to the sauna. You're going to go to the steam room. You're going to do all the things that are relaxation based. Yeah?
Yeah.
So why are you going to go home and try to build that workout? And then you struggle because you're like, well, I'm just not motivated. It's not that you're not motivated. You have spent your whole life creating this beautiful relaxation bubble for yourself. And now you're like, I need to put a hard workout in there. Very hard to do.
Why did that just now make sense to me?
Hi.
Because I'm like,
Coach
I
No.
can't work out. Coach No told me.
Well, because
No.
that's look, I just got the chills. That is, as soon as you walk through that threshold, it's almost like, wow. Even with kids, I mean, with kids, it's a little bit stressful sometimes to walk through that threshold. Let me tell you, sometimes I walk through that threshold, I'm like, fuck, turn around,
Go back to work.
turn
Right.
around, yes. I'm like, let me go stress out more out of here.
Yeah.
But-
So sometimes we leave to go to the gym just because I do
get away.
leave to get away.
To get away.
I have 5 at home.
Or to get out frustration,
Yeah.
There's some shit's going down, which we all got a lot of shit going down in our life, right?
We all
So,
do,
and I think there's power in that as well, and you could probably touch on that. I think there is power in, like, I always think of, I always think of, because me and P had a little rough start. We had like several breakups at the very beginning. But for me, that was like every breakup was like, you watch this, I'm going to get hot
I'm
as
going to get
shit.
so hot.
You know what I mean? But like there
breakup
is,
revenge.
there is some power in
revenge
like
body.
channeling that energy in a positive way for yourself and for your health, right? Like maybe there's a way to get into that mindset without having to break up or without having to
Here's
have
the
shit
thing.
go down.
It's not breaking up with your partner that's doing it. It's breaking up with the old version of you.
Ooh.
Oh, damn,
So many
girl.
one-liners. Look at you.
Yeah. Well,
Are you writing this down, AI script? Or we need a
Right.
recap at the
record
end.
all of this, please?
All of it.
But yeah, it's breaking up with the old version of you. Instead
Right.
of saying I'm
Your
gonna,
old patterns.
yeah,
your-
everything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just one step at a time. The problem is we as humans are like, we want satisfaction right away. We need that right away. If I'm going to give a little bit, I need to see results right now.
Who did that to us? Because
I
that
did.
is so true.
Amazon.
Sorry,
Life.
go ahead.
We
Yeah,
know.
Amazon did do it to us. You're 100%
If shit,
right.
if shit shows up more than a day later, I'm like, I don't want it.
You said 24 hours.
If
Right.
it can't be here by 8 a.m. tomorrow overnight, I don't want it.
Return it.
I'll even add more things to the cart to get that bitch at 8 a.m. in the morning. I don't even need the extra shit, but I got to get to $25.99 to get that for free in the morning.
I keep a little list in my cart,
Fucking
like
nuts.
save later of
Just in
things that I
case
can
they
add. Yes, so I can be like, I
See?
can get it today.
Yeah, we live in this instant gratification world, and it's so shitty how many
Patience.
areas of our life that has just trickled into.
So
And kids, you have a kid. I mean, isn't it crazy when they see an ad
was
or like
actually
something
just-
takes too long to load? Is the internet down? No, bitch, it's loading.
literally, give it a second.
Let me put you back on dial up
buffering,
real quick.
buffering.
Like, no, the internet's not down. It just isn't always instantaneous, my guy.
My guy. All right, sorry.
Hey,
You were
sorry,
saying.
tangent.
So
No.
breaking up with your old self.
Breaking up with the old version of yourself.
Yeah.
So allowing yourself some grace to say, I wasn't wrong. I didn't have the knowledge. So a lot of people say, well, I didn't know. So, it's fine. You can't be upset with the information you didn't know had you not known it at the time.
Right.
Right? We didn't go to school and we weren't upset like, oh my God, I didn't know 2 + 2 was 4. Well, we didn't even know what 1 + 1 was. We didn't even know how to add. Now they tell us how to add and we're like, oh, 2 and 2. Oh, that's 4. Yes. Once you learn how to do basic mathematics, right? So same thing. You can't expect, especially with, Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and literally every street corner you turn, there's something showing something, and you don't know, is it right? Is it wrong? Do they know what they're talking about?
Is it
whatever.
real?
So,
Is it AI?
listen, I watch a lot of animals. I love animals.
I know, but
And
so-
have
I
those-
don't
I'm
know
like,
what's
does
real
that cat really
anymore.
do that? I look at the bottom of a little AI like, I got to do that.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing for people. You know what I mean? Like, eat only this, and in 28 days you could look like this. I wish. You know how many times I've tried that?
Right.
It does not work.
Those liquid
28
diet
days.
things, those fat burning,
Well, And for women too,
Crazy.
just different. Our bodies respond differently to stress. So like
Yeah,
we
100%.
We carry
can't-
so much cortisol so fast.
we
This
can't
whole
do
section-
these stressful things. We can't do these crazy
Wild, yeah.
fastings or these high vibration plates or these cold plunges because if we're in a certain state of our hormones, we could cause more damage.
That's
Like
wild.
it- but men don't typically have that same problem. So cold plunges work great for men, but if I did a cold plunge, my body would go, "What the fuck did you do?"
Oh, Pete
and it would be in
Pete
full
loves him a
four
cold
alarm.
plunge. He loves a cold plunge.
Yeah.
We'll literally have the hot tub like 103, and then he'll jump into 60-degree freezing water in the pool and be like, "I love this." I'm like, you're crazy.
It does feel
Never.
good, but yeah, at the
That-
moment it doesn't feel good. The after, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
God, that's so good.
The
But
rush.
during, you're like, I was high. Why did I do this?
Yeah, that part. That
Let me
part.
just do
Whose
this.
idea was it?
That's my struggle with food. I'm usually good until I have my little nighttime gummy, and then I'm like, Oreos. Which I've learned, it's okay as long as you're offside. Like for me, at least, it's been okay as long as I do in moderation, and then I make up for it the next day by working out. What I had to teach myself, and what I'm still working on to this point, is I got to teach myself that just not eating is not it. A lot of people go into that mindset like, oh, I ate bad last night. I'm just not going to eat until dinner the next day. I'm like, that's not good for you.
Okay, so we also tend to talk to ourselves like we're dogs. You did something good. Oh my God, good for you. Here's a treat.
Oh,
You know what I mean? She was like, I'll take that. Right? Oh my
Yeah.
God, I worked out today. I deserve pizza. Like,
right.
Oh, facts.
I did this. I deserve that. Like, what happened to I worked out hard all week. I really stayed on my goals. I really need to get new shoes. That's my treat.
Ooh, new shoes.
I mean, yes.
I could do
Speaking
that.
to both of them, yes.
just-
Okay.
I just bought some. Oh, I got the pink ones.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not treating yourself in that fashion.
Right,
It's just
right.
allowing yourself, and I teach this to my daughter often, not necessarily from, she's got to go make that up, but she's learning a lot about food dyes. She's really, really into food dyes and just how our food is made here in the U.S.
Horrible
wild,
they
isn't it?
are.
It's
So
I've been telling
wild.
her she's been our majority organic diet most of her life, and nothing really set in until about 11. She's 14.
Oh wow.
At about 11, she was like, "What's yellow 5?" And I'm like, "Sorry." She's like, "Oh, I was outside playing with such and such, and they're allergic to yellow 5, so they can't have Cheez-Its." And I'm like, who is this person? And it was a little 5-year-old boy. She was playing with a neighbor or whatever, and he was like, "I can't have yellow 5 or red 40 and he went down, and she was like,
Wow.
"What is he talking about?" And I couldn't even give words because I was like, this little boy is telling me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? He's like, well, I'm allergic to yellow 5. And my mom says the rest of the stuff isn't allowed in our country. They were from Turkey. Isn't allowed in the food in
Oh,
our
yeah.
country. So
Yeah,
if
no,
we're
it's
not
not.
allowed to eat it in Turkey,
lot
we're
of
not
time
allowed to
in
eat it here
Turkey.
either. And I was like, your mom is a genius.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. In the neighborhood I used to live in, kind of over by you guys, this is the same mom
Mm-hmm.
that I came home from work one day and she was lassoing a alligator in the middle of the road.
Hey,
Love
mom.
that.
Barefoot,
The Turkish
holding
lasso.
a baby,
The Turkish
lassoing
Wonder
an
Woman.
Stop it.
alligator out of the road back into the lake.
Only
I
in
was
Florida,
like,
people.
Love her. That is some Florida. Yeah. 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 And you know how hard it is to do in the U.S. too, to keep track of that? Because I looked into it briefly. There was that one app. I forgot what it's called. It's got a weird name. You've used it before where you scan things and it tells you what the dyes and stuff in it are. something like that.
Yes.
But
that's my-
yeah, and I was playing around with that because Pete was using it for a bunch of stuff, and I was just like shocked at how much of our shit like we shouldn't eat.
Oh my God. And then,
You know?
so, and again, so my daughter will say like, she was sick not too long ago. And so I'm like, have some ginger ale. Ginger is always great for the stomach. Yeah. Have some
Okay.
ginger ale. And she's like, well, it's got caramel color in it. Like,
What?
I'm like,
Look at
honey,
her.
it's fine. She's like, yeah, no, but I don't want to get sick.
Oh,
And I'm, nope, you're fine. She's like, well, what if I get cancer? And I'm like, you know what? Ask ChatGPT, how many ginger ales do you have to have in a day
Right.
to even worry about this? And it was like 1,000, 16-ounce cans of ginger ale
Cool
in a
question.
day or
I
something
never
like
thought
that.
about asking Chet
Yeah.
as much as I
And
use
she
it.
was like, well, does that mean me? And I'm like, are you going to drink 1,000 cans a day? I can't even afford 1,000 cans a day. So no,
Yeah,
we're not
right.
1,000 cans a day.
Right.
It's same
You would
thing with the
explode.
dyes and everything else. Right. But it's like that with all that. But, overall, if you're looking for the grand gesture, just keep it out of your diet.
Right.
Very hard here in the US, but we're making moves. We're making ways. Things like I think Kellogg's is starting to take food dyes out of their cereals and their foods. There's a lot of
Couple
bigger.
other
I think
brands.
Mars might have been one. I might be lying.
There
Mars might have been the one that
is-
wasn't. There was a company, Skittles. Skittles
Skittles,
is not.
yeah.
They are like,
No,
it's
no,
fine.
no.
It's fine. We'll keep it just the way it is, which is radical.
Yeah.
Really is.
Well, like I was having this conversation with some of our clients at our wine night we did the other night, and we were talking about just us as Americans and how we buy things visually, and I think that's a big issue for us too. Is we love the bright colors and the
I buy
colorful
the-
things.
The
Like
look of the bottle,
I
not
think
what's
of,
in it.
yeah, correct.
Fact.
And the example I always use, and I've used it in trainings and stuff too, is like if you put a vending machine in front of me, two of them, right? One of them's the old school, you can't see through it, has the buttons. The other one's glass, you can see through it and pick it, and has a little arm or whatever. The old school one's cheaper. The other one costs more. Same freaking product. I will pay more because I want to see it. I'm weird, but I will do it. And I confirmed it with several people the other night that they are the same exact way. They're visual purchasers. If it
people
looks pretty and it has cool colors, they will buy it. Think about when we go out.
Why marketing and advertising
Think about
is a thing.
think about when we go
Yes,
out to
exactly.
get drinks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how
you
many
see
times
the
have we
drink?
purchased a
Yes.
drink because it looks pretty?
You're like, what's that?
Yeah, like
what-
what is
what do they
that
have?
one? Oh, it's got a bubble on it. Oh my god,
Yeah.
it's pink. Oh, it's glittery.
Yes.
I don't know how much glitter I've consumed this
I
year.
know.
I've eaten so much glitter.
I know it says edible, but
Troll would
I'm.
be shitting it out.
You know, I'm not
Like a
even
unicorn,
like
actually.
I'm. Sheesh, that's the gayest thing I did this year was eat glitter.
I bet not.
No, it's
I
not.
also bet not. that is fact.
Anyway, but yeah, it's crazy how people get in that mindset of just like, it looks pretty, let's eat it. It looks good, let's buy it. Like, think of like cereal,
Well,
Fruity
a lot of
Pebbles.
us
I
are
love me some
not-
Fruity Pebbles, but that's every color, every dye.
Oh, I
The
banned
problem
cereal.
is-
Go ahead.
You ban cereal?
I'll tell you later.
Smart.
Shit.
Is we're visual people.
Yeah.
So we want quick results. We want to feel that satisfactory, whether it's from a food craving, whether it's from a workout, that euphoria. You
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to feel something quick.
Yeah.
Nobody has the time or patience to be like, let me look at this and see, can I find a healthier version of this cereal? My daughter's like, don't even go down the cereal aisle in
Yeah.
Publix. Go to Whole Foods,
Yeah.
go here, go there.
I
Get it.
stay. I
Anyway.
try to stay out of the aisles in general, unless I need like chicken broth or rice or beans that are in a bag or something. But I try to, because yes, I banned cereal because my kids were eating it every morning, and I was like, this is literally junk. It's sugar. There's no protein, which is what I don't know. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Is what I thought you needed in the morning to get your brain going. And so I started making the protein pancakes, and they can have turkey sausage. So now my
Perfect.
kids are leaving the door with 30 grams of protein instead of 0 protein in a bowl of sugar. So yeah, they didn't
bad.
like it at first, but now they're like, I haven't had cereal in so long, I don't even miss it. And I'm like, good.
That's cool. That
Lucky
is cool.
Charms. Ugh.
Yeah, so I wanted to
not
tie it back in because I wanna get back into like the real estate impact and things, right? So I got a couple questions here that I thought were really cool. In your opinion, like how can, I don't even know how I want to put this, right? So I want to tie in a couple questions at once, right? So if an agent has 10 to 20 minutes a day, where should they start with fitness, right? And what does a healthier real estate agent, mortgage professional, business professional, anybody in their job, like what does that look like? We've talked about it, how like, God, when you feel like you look good, you know that you look good, you feel healthy, your output reflects that.
100%.
2 questions. The first one would be, if someone only has 20 minutes, okay,
Yeah.
they're so busy, right? Okay, give me 20 minutes. Like, what can we do in 20 minutes that's the most effective? And then 2, what is the aftermath? What are the effects in your mindset, in your business, in your productivity, and all that from that 20 minutes that you did, that you gave yourself that morning?
So the first couple of weeks that you do that, because I'm doing a hypothetical person who's never really tried to work out or hasn't
Yes.
tried to work
Perfect.
out in say the last 10, 15 years. They're a novice. Start with a walk. Get on a call. You're on a call with a client. Chances are it's not a 2-minute call. Just go outside for a walk. You got a walking treadmill inside your office is collecting dust. Get on it. Just walk. You don't have to walk so fast that you're out of breath and on the phone with them.
Well, that's where
people.
people write themselves off. They're like, I can't do this 'cause I don't want to sound like. Then don't walk that fast. Like
I literally have my clients
girl,
come
we
in
ain't
the
wiggle
morning.
woggling, power walking through the damn mall.
The mall walkers, right?
Right.
I literally have my clients come in the morning or, in the afternoon, whenever they come in, and I'm like, either go outside, walk for a few minutes when you get there, or jump on the treadmill, literally 3 to 4 minutes. And immediately they're like 3.0, 4.0. And I'm like, take it down to like a 2.6. Like, I can go faster. I know you can. I just need the blood to move through the body. Sometimes if you're just learning how to build a habit, you take off real hard. Guess what? You crash real hard too, real fast. You know what I mean? And we're talking about people in an industry that doesn't have time to crash. They've got so many other things going on that they want to stay focused with it, right? So
That's a good point you made too. Like the 2.6, like slow it down.
Yeah.
People always go in and they do too much, too fast, and then they burn out.
so fast.
Slow it down and don't worry about other people in the room looking at you. That's a big thing too. They see someone else next to them on the treadmill going 3-4 mile an hour. They're like, oh shit, I look like shit. I'm going to turn it up. Like,
Especially if
you don't know where they're at in their you don't know where they're at in their physical. Don't worry about them.
Well, because we walk in the room and immediately we size up.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you.
Facts.
I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. Okay, so I have to, you're running at a 6.0 and you're running at a 7.5. I can barely walk at a 3.0, so I'll set it for 3.5.
Right.
Cool, you're going to be on it for like 3 seconds and I'm done.
Correct.
Done. You know what I mean? What you have to remember is this person training for something specific? Is this how they usually run? Did they start off as a walker too? And the answer is yes. Every runner had to start off as a walker. Yeah. Everyone who crawled, or everyone who's walking had to start off crawling. There's a baseline where you have to start and you have to just give yourself grace. Like, okay, so today I did 20 minutes. I barely walked a quarter mile, but I didn't walk a quarter mile yesterday in my free time. So, okay, perk.
The opportunity.
Perk. That's it. Finding it's just small little things that slowly over time, week after week, you're like, oh, well, I found 3 days this week. And one day I even tried to do push-ups. I could get off the ground, but, I tried. I sat there for 20 minutes trying to push myself off the ground and realized, okay, I need to learn how to do a push-up. Yeah. It's just understanding your body, getting your mindset out of, I used to be. I love it when people are in their 40s or 50s, like back when I was in high school, and I'm like, stop right there.
No one.
Did you just graduate high school in the last 5 years? And they're like, like 30 years ago, like, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't care if you were a collegiate
That was
athlete.
the
You've been
old
out of it for
version.
20 years. Yeah. If you're not keeping up with it, and it's not even keeping up with as hard as you were as a teenager, but are you just staying? Are you moving?
Right.
You know what I mean? Are you staying motivated? Are you
Oh my
showing
gosh, that
up
was
for
the other
yourself?
question I put down.
Which one?
What habits actually move the needle?
I mean, just honestly,
Water and walking, I would say.
could be anything. It really just depends on what's important to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Motivation-wise, for me, working in the industry and then becoming a mom, definitely.
Right.
You can't be in the industry and not look the part. I mean, you can.
You can, but
no one trusts you.
No, nobody trusts
Right.
you.
It's
Yeah.
very
one
hard
trusts
to
you.
get a reputable background, right? Yeah. So when I became a mother, it was more, I want to be as healthy as I can for me, but now she's watching me.
Yeah.
She watches me all the time. It's annoying. I love her. It's annoying.
Aw.
So you really have to, she'll say something like, is that your second piece of pizza? I'm like, all right, judgy judge.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Calm down. You just had 3. And she's like, I know, I'm just asking. You never have 2 pieces of pizza. Like, yeah, I had 2 pieces of pizza. I'm
hungry
I love it.
today. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Balance. You've got, you need to learn to give yourself some grace so that you can say, I'm going to line up all these important things.
Right.
And if I don't succeed at all of them, my heart's there. At least I'm trying.
Right.
And whether or not you're actually
have
trying
to
or not.
succeed at all of them.
You
Succeed
don't.
at something
You need to fail.
first,
you
know,
need
like-
to try and fail
Yeah.
to know what that feels like, to know I don't want to do that again.
I'm going to mess this one up too, but the failures are footsteps to success. Have you ever heard that?
Cute.
Isn't that cute?
Love that.
Did I say it right?
Yeah,
I
I
say
think
it
you
right,
did.
guys. But yeah, like the more you fail, the closer you get. Like when we talk about agents making their phone calls, we're like, get 50 no's because
Yeah.
then you're that much closer to getting the yes. So same thing with fail while you're working out. Maybe
Yeah.
you didn't do it 5 days in a row. Maybe you did it 3 days this week, kind of sporadically. Well, next week's a new
But
week.
how good would you feel to know that you've accomplished 3 days this week?
It
You know
does
what I
feel
mean? Like
really
it feels good. Like waking up this morning. I'll just use today as a really prime example, right? I went to bed a lot later than I wanted to last night. I'm not sleeping as well as I always should. I'm getting better. It's getting way better. But like this morning, I woke up for whatever reason. I was up at like 6:30. And I sat there and did the little fat boy thing, and I laid in that
That's
bed
our nap
till
time.
7:30, and I'm like, I'm gonna fall back asleep. I'm gonna fall back asleep. I'm gonna fall back asleep. And then at some point, I literally just was like, fuck it. And I literally ripped off the blanket, freezing cold, and I'm like, I'm just gonna force myself up. I got up, took my vitamins, did my thing, had my little protein shake, got on the treadmill. I did a 30-minute hike on the highest incline. It was fun as hell. It hurt. It was productive, but like, find those moments. You can sit there and lay in that bed, and we do it all the time. We know we're not going to fall back asleep, but we lay there for hours anyway, and then we're pissed off that we wasted that time.
Also guilty.
Right? So
Right.
I'm working personally on, okay, you know what? This is my opportunity. And what I'm learning for myself too, and I started doing some therapy through the VA and stuff for my sleep and all this, and for me, what I'm finding works for my sleep is to wear myself out. And if wearing myself out means you wake up when your body wakes up, regardless of whether you want to or not. You work out and you do all your things, and then by the end of the day, now I'm worn down. I'm like, okay, now my body's gonna want to actually rest.
Well, 6:30
And it's
felt
working.
early to you.
It
But
does.
I mean, if you think about it, time is irrelevant. She gets up
Correct.
at 4.
3
Yeah.
clients in.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
already
Taking my kid to
worked out
school
3
at this point. Like, yeah.
Right.
we're-
Yeah,
So like if you just tell yourself 6:30 is so early, why am I awake? You're like, actually a lot of people are already
a
up
lot
and
of people are already
moving.
up and moving.
Like what am I doing?
What are you doing?
Something we work with my son, which I think is ties well. I've been practicing it, is learning to tell yourself no, which sounds counterintuitive
Yeah,
Counterintuitive a little
here,
bit.
but no to the scrolling, no to the laying down.
Yeah.
Like tell yourself no. Like we have a hard time with that.
Yeah.
Nope. I'm not going to scroll. Nope. Not going to lay here. I'm going to get up. I'm going to do this thing because motivation only gets you so far, and then you have to rely on your discipline. If that's
Yeah.
shit, then
That's it.
Yeah.
People lose sight of that. Oh, my motivation's gone. Like, who gives a shit? It
Right.
wasn't planted there forever anyway.
Yeah,
The
right.
discipline that,
was
you're
right.
gaining during
Right.
that's what's getting you there. Any person who you look at a level of platform of success, it was not straight motivation. Motivation got them started.
Right.
Motivation said, I'm going to show up for this tomorrow. And you showed up for yourself.
Yeah.
High five. Great. Now what? The next day you're like, not really feeling like it. Like, yeah, no, you have to show up.
Right.
You got to show up.
That's
That-
the
that-
layers. Motivation's like
Every
the
time.
surface layer. That discipline is that deeper layer when it becomes a habit, right? We all have those books, the habits of successful people, the 10 atomic habits, or there's so
There's
many
so many.
that
There's
are
so
like
many.
that.
But
I
they
mean,
all apply to the same thing. They're all fundamentally the same rule. You've got
Yeah.
to, the motivation will die down. It might die down in 24 hours. It might die down in 24 days. It
Yeah.
might be 24 weeks.
Right.
Right. But eventually it's going to die down. And then you're going to have to decide, am I disciplined enough to do this? And the answer might be no. You're going to have to get up and do it anyways.
oh, you're like, oh, I
Yeah.
do need a coach.
Yeah.
Just like in real
I mean,
estate.
I
people
was
are
just
like,
gonna say that, just like in real estate. I'm like, sometimes you wake up and be like, do I really want to do this? No, but you have to do it.
right.
You
'Cause
have to do it.
Because your coach is going to ask you, did you do it? Right.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
fitness coach, your real estate coach, your business coach, life coach, whatever. Did you do it?
Did you do it?
No,
Did
I
you
didn't.
do?
Why not?
Yeah.
What do
And the
we need to
beauty of it
do?
too is when you actually do get up and do it, even if it's 10, 15 minutes a day, you're going to feel better, period. Like
Right.
regardless, right? And that's going to reflect in your conversations. It's going to reflect in your business. I mean, I could probably use today as a really good example. You've been around me for years, right? You know the days I don't work out. You could probably tell
Literally
today that I
attached to
worked
your
out.
hip.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can probably tell today that like I woke up, I'm energized, I'm energetic. Like you can tell the days that I wake up and I'm just like, bleh.
Oh, fact.
I'm just like forcing my way through it. I'm still fun and I still have, but it's not this. You know what I
Right.
mean? This is without Adderall, without all that extra shit. Like I'm not doing any of that stuff anymore. I'm really on this like healthy, minus the Oreos.
We're not going to talk about your snack
and the
cabinet.
occasional sour gummy worms, but
Yeah, I was going to say there's probably a little more in there.
love me some candy. But again, like going back to what you said earlier about like setting the goals and this and that, like why not just set a goal for like and this is what I'm doing a lot in my life now, which is really fun because I really recently I got addicted to Fortnite as a grown ass man, like 2 months ago. But not mad at it because it saved me a lot of money because I don't go out. Like it really, there's some pros. But what I'm doing with everything, and not even just gaming and things like that, right? I'm setting a goal. You're not going to sit down and play Xbox until the kitchen's clean, the dishes are done, the clothes are folded. Like you got to get these things done.
Say it again
before
for the ones in the
you
back.
Sit down, right? Because otherwise, what happens? You get engulfed in this thing, and you're just hours of your life, and then you're pissed off that something else. There's those times where occasionally I'm just stressed the hell out. I'm like, you know what? This will wait till later. But even then, I still set a goal. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do all the things, but at least I'm gonna get the kitchen cleaned up, so at least my current area is like good. But like I'm setting myself goals to like complete things and then reward myself with a game, reward myself with laying
Anything
by the
but
pool.
food because you're not a dog.
I love that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Reward yourself with anything but food.
Shoes.
Yeah.
I love the
I
shoe
mean,
idea. Purses, clothes, whatever.
But then if you think
I-
about that too, if you're saving money from all the food you reward yourself with, you could probably get another pair of shoes.
Right.
You
Not
know?
only that, you're saving so much extra money not doing the things, right? Because you're staying more disciplined. You can actually put that back into your nutrition as well.
Yeah, true.
You're like, instead of going to Chick-fil-A all the time because it's easy and you can get your grilled chicken and it seems healthy, you can also make that grilled chicken.
Yeah.
You could probably get organic. You could probably set aside an hour on the weekend or on your time off anywhere. I don't care if it's 4 o'clock in the morning. If that's your time, I have talked to people that literally food prep at 3 or 4 in the morning when they get up because they don't have time anywhere else.
Yeah.
The weekend they don't want to mess with it,
No.
but they can get up an hour early and do it, and so
Right.
they do.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, I've been going down that rabbit hole with Costco. A lot of people are using the Costco hacks where you can ask the meat department for a chunk of this or a box of chicken. And like this one lady just posted a video. She got a box of like, I don't even know how many it was, a huge box of like whole chickens at $49. And so they meal prep
I
for
sounded like a
they
chicken just
Yeah,
then.
that was weird. They meal prep. I don't know why you balked.
I actually thought you hit a button. I was like, how'd you do that?
I was like, what the? But like $49, they got chicken for the month. Like, you know what I mean? And is it going to take you some time to prep it? Yeah. You know, but we also live in this world where we'll pay extra. We'll pay extra for the mini Coke because it's convenient. But it's like, what the hell is wrong with us? Like, some people are doing it right. Some people aren't. There are those moments where we have to pay the convenient fee because it is what it is. But like you said, if you got an hour in the morning to prep, go ahead and get all that chicken. Get that big old chunk of steak if that's what you're into, and then slice it yourself and save you $300. There's ways to still eat healthy without having to go hard. Everybody thinks you have to live in Whole Foods or Sprouts and like do all this organic or, oh my God, can we talk about that Irwan place where they're like $40 fucking strawberries in California? Have you seen that place where everything in the store is absolutely astronomically because it's like super, super duper organic from Japan or some shit? Like it's a nutso store.
That sounds like a marketing.
People are paying $14 for a single strawberry.
No,
No.
Why?
no, I don't
No.
want it
You
that
know
much.
why? You know, and I wholeheartedly I want people to get from this is like, and don't base your health and your vision and your body image and all that on someone else's, right? There's so many things going on in people's bodies.
Well,
they may look sexy like that because
Bodies,
they're
mind,
genetics.
life. It's beyond just the body.
Right.
It's the mind. It's the
Yeah.
life. You have no idea. As you're talking to someone, like, are you even connecting with me? Your brain is like 700 other places. And meanwhile,
Yeah.
I'm trying to have an important conversation, and you're like, yeah, totally. I'll be there. What time again?
What'd you
Yep,
say?
I'm going to be there.
What?
And then
Who
you
are
hear
you?
from them and you walk away and you're like, shit, what did they say? What time?
Yep.
You message me, you're like, tell me one more time again. It's because you just weren't
Right.
present at the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you
Yeah.
have no idea what these people are going through. You know, and I can't tell you how many times, I mean, I've been in this industry almost 30 years, how many times randomly just talking to a member in the gym or, you know, wherever I work, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm you know, breast cancer survivor, I'm prostate cancer survivor. Like, you're 22.
You never
You're
know.
18. I'm not even kidding. I have
Yeah.
one that was my age. I mean, you never know
Wow.
what somebody's story
Yep.
is. You know what I mean? And on the outside, you're like, oh, they
Everything
have it so
looks
easy.
great, yeah.
If I could just have what they have.
Why
You have no
everyone thinks so.
idea. Are they what battle are they fighting right now? You know what I mean? That kind of goes in the under kindness too, you know, like be kind to everybody you come across. You never know what kind of battle they're going through. You really don't. But we're
Right.
such assholes that we're like, well, you're in my way. Get out of my way with your thoughts and your problems. Like,
You know, yeah.
just trying to human
thoughts
like
and
everybody
your
else.
problems
You know
and
what I
your-
mean?
Or they
Like,
love to play the genetics card. Oh, they only look at genetics. I'm like, there's a lot of genetics that plays into it, but there's a lot of hard work that goes into it as well. You know, Chad's a good example of that. Does his family have the genetics? Yeah, him and his brother, his dad even, they're all really good looking people, really good muscles, really good genetics, right? But even Chad, I mean, he's had shoulder surgeries and all these things, and he still looks the way he does because he works at it all the time. You know what I mean? So like, you can't use that as a crutch. You know, this is something I wanted to touch on too, or we'll wrap it up here shortly. We're getting better. Using your physical issues as a crutch. You know, me. I've had 3 knee surgeries, so obviously
All the
there's things I can't do still, right? But Noreen's always found a way to like, okay, I know you can't do this, but here's what you can do that won't hurt, right? And if you don't have that person, find that person. If you can't afford to find that person, right? Use AI. There's ChatGPT. There's all these things. You
so
can
much.
you can be like, I mean, and word vomit. Like, hey man, I've had 3 knee surgeries, and here's what they did, and here's where the pain happens. What can I do that's not going to hurt my knee? Like, find out for free what you can do. There's other things. So like, you know, maybe I can't up and down and do the jumps and the squats and jump off the box, but I could sit up against the wall with a weight and hold it for an extended period of time, and it will work out the same muscle group without causing the injury. right? So stop using that as a crutch. I mean, I walked in one day, she was working out, and I walked in, she's like, how are things going? I was like, well, I just found out, and I came in all negative. I just found out I have 2 herniated discs in my back, and
like,
so I'm
"Welcome
not
to the
sure what I
club."
can do. And she was like, you can still do fucking everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, on my neck, am I this, am I that? And look at me. And I'm like, okay, I'll shut the fuck up now.
Like, really, all that?
What should I do?
For how long? I'm like, longer than I've known you, like 20 years.
She's like, my neck, my back.
I stopped right there. You continued on for you
You continued it
with
on.
those fingers. But yeah,
But
it's
stop making excuses.
people live off of that because without that, now you're being held accountable, and nobody wants to be accountable for their own personal failures.
It's hard.
It is
hard,
hard,
yeah.
and I'll admit it's hard for me too.
The
you know, but
self-awareness that you failed, it hurts.
that's where the growth happens, and
Exactly.
that's why
Facts.
it's so fucking uncomfortable. Like growth is not comfortable.
But look forward to it being uncomfortable because then you know you're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
The more resistance you come across, right, in life, usually there's a reason for it. And the way you navigate through it gets you to the other side of greatness,
Yeah.
regardless of the topic.
Right, yeah, seriously, regardless.
You
We
know,
have a couple. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh, no, I was going to say, you know, the I don't even know how I want to put this into words, but I think there's so much power to in a journey, you know, in our world in real estate, the whole world in general, but real estate's a very visual world. You know, it's become less about the house and more about the human being selling the house, which is kind of wild.
Yeah, it is very wild.
Very wild. But people are definitely not looking so much at numbers and stats and more so like relatability and fun, right? But then there's this fear. My coach is my social media coach. She's always been really good at like share the bad moments, share the negatives, share the fat picture.
Share the reality.
Yeah. Share where you're at. Set a goal as to where you want to be, and then share that journey as well. You know, because you're not going to gain nothing but respect from it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I want to do this and I want to be better in my business. Most times that starts with you and not your business. You know what I mean? So like, share that moment. Share the fact that you feel like you're uncomfortable and, you know, you're mad that your clothes don't fit. You're mad that, you know, this outfit you wore the last time you did a video is no longer fitting the way you want it to, right? Share those moments, as odd as it may feel and vulnerable, right? But then that gives you motivation to get to the next step. And then you could be a supporting thing for someone like, I do 60 million a year in volume, but I also lost 60 pounds this year as well. You know what I mean? Like, how the hell do you fit that in while also being a top producing agent? Because I made time for myself. And by making time for myself, it will automatically make time for your business.
Well, and here's
It's
the thing.
nuts.
If you, and I said this before we went live, if you don't make the time, health is your business. Your
Yeah.
business is health. I don't care what you do. You be a real estate agent, you be a cook. It don't matter what you do. You be a
Yeah.
personal trainer. If you don't take care of the body you are doing life in, eventually that body is going to make that a priority. And it might be at the
At the
heightened
wrong
state
time.
of your business. And then you're like, well, shit, I'm out now.
Wrong
Now what?
time.
Really good
You know?
point. That might
So-
hit right when you're at the peak of greatness,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you're knocked all the way down.
Yeah. By something you didn't even see. You're like, no, I'm good. I watch my form. I do this. I eat great. And then you go to the doctor and they're like, yeah, you have stage 3 cancer.
Right.
And you're like, what?
I'm sorry.
No, but I feel great. And they're like,
Well,
look at
Not
the
for
scan.
long.
Yeah, you're going to have to switch everything. And we're going to set you up for surgery. And you're like, what just
yeah,
happened?
and then you're rocked.
And I can't
World
tell
is
you
rocked.
how many, I've come across a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
Literally look amazing. And then one day,
Just one
just
day.
a little quick visit. And now your whole life
That's
that
why I
you
don't
thought
go to
was
the
great.
doctor.
Stop it.
I don't. I see
Shame.
my primary care doctor. If I have eye infection or ear infection, sure, I'll go to my primary care. But I see. A
Oh yeah, you're
functional
very
medicine
special.
doctor.
Yeah, yeah,
that's
she's
perfect.
very
Yeah,
special.
I see a
Perfect.
function.
Yep.
But I think for people in real estate, because there are a lot of people who do work out or they are fit or they do look really good or whatever. But I think if you take I'm not trying to look better. I'm trying to be healthier. Like then your mindset changes. Like
It is about the mindset. It
Yeah.
is about, I need to lose 100 pounds, so I'm going to focus on 100 pounds, or I have 100 pounds to lose. Let me start with 2 pounds.
right,
And let's see how
Yeah.
many pounds, how many times I can lose 2 pounds in a month.
right.
And then from there, let's give a bigger goal. You know what I mean? It's not
People do
cleaning
set
up the
really
whole
unrealistic
diet.
goals.
Real,
right
and
off the bat.
And I want to get it done in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
5 seconds, 6
Right.
seconds, because we're having this conversation. What?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it
But
doesn't
they-
work
Baby
like that.
steps.
They put it in the context of how I look. Whereas, to be honest, this is the weirdest thing, and my husband laughs at me every time I say it. But I'm like, the reason I want to get like going back to the gym and working out, because I used to work out a ton. Used to, not in high school. After that, but I was like, I want to get back to it. I was like, I'm so weak. I need to be able to pick up my grandkids out of the bathtub when I'm giving them a bath.
That.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
in my training,
That's my motivation.
literally,
Yeah.
and
I mean, that's all you
cannot
need,
tell
though.
I don't even have grandkids yet.
Oh shit. That's funny.
But you're thinking about it now, which is the point. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of the training that I even do with people, functional training, learning how to move in different positions that life is going to ask of you. I have clients that just recently became grandparents, and I have them, doing bear crawls, and they're like, "Why? Why? I don't care about a
You'll
bear crawl." And I'm
see.
like, "Well, when your grandson's crawling on the floor, do you want to crawl with them?" They're like, "Yeah, obviously I'm going to." Like, "Yeah, how do you get up?"
Yeah.
Do you get up with both hands on your knees, grab onto a table, lift yourself up? Yeah.
Oh God, then the table breaks
52?
and-
What are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At 47, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or are you like, all right, let's get up and chase me.
Right.
I'm going to chase you. Whatever. You know what I
Literally
mean?
Just putting them, carrying a car seat. My
Yeah.
nephew, there's a reason. My nephew, I freaking love this child, and he's a big old chunky baby. Holding him in the thing, I was
cute.
like, my arms were
Uh-huh.
so sore. I'm like, I'm so weak. And I was like, I need to get back strong so I can lift these grandkids when I have them eventually one day, maybe. I don't know. But like, that's, instead of saying like, oh, I want to be a size 4, or I want to look this way, or I want to weigh this amount.
Set a realistic goal.
I
Just
want
set
to
a
be
realistic
strong.
goal.
I want to be
Yes.
healthy. I want my brain to be there. And then guess what? Then I lose weight just because I'm doing all the stuff to support being strong and being healthy instead of being skinny and looking.
You
a certain
also
way.
set yourself up for a better life, right? So I have clients that are like, well, if I need to get to like 160 pounds. If once I get to 160, I know what I look like at 160. I was there 10 years ago. They might be
gonna
in their
look different.
40s. They're in their 30s. Possible. Fine. You probably won't look the same though. Your body has changed in 10 years. Just your cells have changed. Everything has changed. You might look better at 165. Right. You have no
Yeah.
idea. And if you focus on the 160 so hard, you're going to have a miserable life, because anything against that 160 is going to wreck your day.
Right.
You step on the scale every day. Now it says 168. Yesterday you were 167. You forgot that you had, a gallon of water. That was 8 pounds. Like, okay, you only peed like 3
Yeah.
times. You're probably retaining a lot of whatever. Maybe you haven't gone to the bathroom yet. Whatever. If you focus on, I want to be better for my future. I want to feel better. I want to, your feelings versus a number. Your day-to-day goes by better going like, I'm doing this for me and I feel good about my choices versus, yeah, I'm
They're
162
really worried
today.
about the scale.
Right.
I was
Get
just
rid of it.
watching.
Do you know I tell everybody with the scale what to do? So
Throw it away.
No, not because I've actually had the clients tell me that I pulled it out of the garbage. I'm like, to weigh yourself. They're like, I can't go without it.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, okay, so here's what you're gonna do.
Wow.
Now, if you're single, you're gonna do it to yourself. However, this sounds dirty, right?
Ooh.
You're gonna take your scale and you're gonna put it in your significant other's trunk. Okay, if they have a truck, put it in the bed of their truck. If they park outside, put it in that vehicle. Why? Because first thing when you wake up in the morning after you take a shit when you're naked and you want to weigh yourself, you're not
can't.
going outside. Especially right now with that weather. No, nobody's going outside at that hour. And then by that point, you've had your coffee and then you're like, oh, it doesn't even matter. Whatever. Move on with your day.
Right.
If you are a single person, put it in your own trunk. For me, if I had to do that, I'd go down 4 flights of stairs to get outside. I'm not doing all of that. When I
Right.
leave my house, I better be going somewhere important because it's not to just my car for fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But taking that out, I usually have clients, I'll tell them, instead of focusing, because like the scale doesn't say anything. And I love pulling out an example. I think I've showed you this before, where it's like a 10-pound plate, thin lead plate, 10-pound plate. Pretend this is a medicine ball and this is a 10-pound medicine ball. Do you want to have this or do you want to have this?
Oh, nice.
And people are like, obviously I want the plate. Yeah, obviously you want the plate on you. Okay. But if you focus on the scale and you're losing the body fat and you're building the muscle mass, they're like, well, muscle weighs more than fat. Stop with that. A pound is a pound is a pound. I don't care what we're talking about. It's volume that's different. I hate that. They're like, well, muscle weighs more than fat. You're lying. Stop talking. But volume and what it takes up, that's the difference. But you'll step on the scale and you're still that same weight. It's mentally defeating. You then at that very moment when you see that number, you no longer put in progress or put in that mental perspective all the progress you've had all along, all those hard workouts, all the trainers spitting on you with their yelling. This morning we're getting clients and they're like, I felt like a bodybuilder this morning or last night. I'm like, why? They're like, want to know what my dinner was? I'm like, yeah, like ground beef, plain, broccoli, plain, and water. They're like, do I have muscles on it? Like, it was terrible. This couple's getting married in like 6-7 weeks. And so they're really down the fine wire. They're like, we're eating such boring meals. I mean, it doesn't have to be that boring. And they're like, yeah, but right now we're in a heavy stage and we're like, just cut it out. And I get it. Your wedding, it's your one and only.
Gotta get them photos.
Yeah, you want to do what you want to do. I have nothing against that, but it's just understanding the progress that you're doing instead of fixating on that one thing, because that one thing doesn't work. And I promise you, at some point, that one thing is going to fade away. Then what? All that progress you put in yourself, every healthy meal, all that good rest, all those good conversations, everything just out the window because the scale doesn't say what you want to say. How do you feel?
Right.
Play with your feelings.
I love that.
Play with your feelings.
Consistency beats intensity.
Yes. We said something like that the other day.
I know, and it's here again, and I love it.
There it is again.
But I think, I love, and we can, that's perfect to close on, actually. Do one thing different this week that's going to make you feel better. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have to be this intense, crazy-ass workout, right? Do what you can.
You ready for it?
Go.
Show up for yourself outside of your business and your family.
Yes.
Make one goal for yourself this week and show up for it. On a Sunday, if your week is a Sunday to Saturday, over the weekend, you're going to say, I heard this podcast. I'm going to give myself 3 times this week. I don't know when. I don't know how. But I'm going to give myself 3 20-minute increments on 3 different days. Great. You have 164 hours in that week. You need to find 1 hour total. And you get to break it up at your leisure, at your convenience for 3 days, 20 minutes. At the end of the week, I want you to tell me, itemize, why could you not do that?
Right.
Literally, why could you not do that? I know you were tired when you got home. You didn't want to get on that treadmill, but you didn't have time during the day, and you swore to yourself you were going to do it today, so get on there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Same thing in the morning. You're laying there in bed for another 30 minutes. Just get up.
Just get up. That's what I did this morning. But just get up.
Tell yourself no. Get off the phone. Stop. Don't watch that show on Netflix. Get on your walking pad and watch it.
I'm just going to say, you have a walking pad. Why aren't you walking on it? At least you're doing something.
Right.
Yeah.
I had one client, I'm not kidding, she's lost a total of 100 pounds 3 times over in the course of 20 years. 30 years. She did it for her 20s, her 30s, and her 40s. And she was like, this last time, she's like, I'm done. I'm not going to gain it back.
I was about to say, she keeps gaining it back?
Life. And, you think, we get busy in our life and 5 pounds, you're like, oh, I don't even know how that happened. Like, oh, you went out to dinner every night with all your clients, or you went home and just feasted on your own, or you haven't eaten and your body's just absorbing everything you have. And then in 3 days you had just a chicken. And you're like, yeah, but it's protein, but your body is like just holding on to that. Cause it's like, that's what you're giving me.
Anything else.
Yeah. So I'm going to just hold on to it. It's storing it as fat. It's not even doing what it should be doing. You know what I mean? So giving yourself that little bit, game changer. It's all about shifting the mind. Really, fitness, all of this stuff is about shifting the mind.
Once you shift it, it's just
you're unstoppable.
Game over. Mm-hmm. Everyone's going to see it, feel it. Your business is going to feel it. Everything, your output's going to show it.
Well,
there's just like a glow.
It's going to happen overnight, right? But it's like, if you expect it to take a while, like you're like, you know what, I'm just going to do this and I'm going to check in with myself in 6 months. Mm-hmm. Because 6 months, you may look back and be like, wow, I actually get up earlier than I used to. I feel more productive when I go to bed at night. I'm not, like, I have high functioning anxiety. If I'm not productive enough during the day, I can't sleep because I feel like I failed or whatever. But like now if I think about working out, that's a stress reliever, that's an anxiety reducer, like all of those things. It's such a
life changer.
Yeah.
Life changer.
But I'm not doing it to be skinny. I'm doing it so that I can go to bed at night. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Here's the other thing a lot of people forget, or a lot of people say, is they forget. Oh, I forgot. Because it's not in rhythm yet with your life, right?
Yeah.
I forgot. You're going to pull out your little lovely phone right here, and you're going to go under your alarms, and you're going to set the craziest alarms, crazy alarms. I literally...
You can name them, too, and stuff. I
have a 400 alarm. Oh, I actually deleted some. But I have so many alarms. Dumb things. My daughter's like, this says you need to go check your dresser drawer. Like, my what? She's like, it says check your dresser drawer. And I'm like, oh, very good.
I know what that means.
She's like, what does that mean? And I'm like, pay the bills. She's like, why don't you just pay the bills? And I'm like, because I would be like, oh, pay the bills. I could do that later.
Right.
But there was a reason why I needed to do it when that alarm went off. So now I'm going to go to the desk. I'm going to look at all the things. And here's the bill I was looking for. Obviously, make whatever it is I need to do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Cute.
Just
love that.
give yourself a reminder.
I'm mad at that.
I like it. Trick your brain.
This is exciting.
What am I doing in the dresser drawer? Oh, yeah. Well, now I'm already distracted from the thing I was just doing, so I might as well do this thing.
You got to remember, there's like the good and the evil in the brain, right? You've got all these positive thoughts, all these positive things you want to do for yourself, but that negative side is like, nah, you can do it later. Yeah. You know what?
Always.
You don't really need that. Girl, you look great. Look at that mirror. Turn to the side. Look at that booty. Yeah. Meanwhile, the other side's like, girl, turn to the side. Look at that booty. We need some work. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. You know what I mean? The good versus the evil going back and forth. You want to overpower that evil. I tell
Yeah.
this to my daughter all the time. Like, you have those thoughts, but you have to ask yourself, are those thoughts real?
Right.
Are those thoughts real? And
Just
she's like,
'cause
well,
you
no, it
think
was
it
in a
doesn't mean
dream. And
it's
I'm like,
real.
doesn't mean it was real.
Doesn't mean it's
She's like, oh, I forget about that. I'm like, put in your alarm.
Because you think
See how it ties all together.
That's awesome. Well, hopefully this motivates some of y'all. I know it always motivates me. I'm excited for this year is going to go. I'm excited for a lot of things. I'm excited just to like grow personally in our business,
It's going to
our
happen.
customers, you know, like I feel good. I feel healthy.
well, it's the year of the horse.
You know,
Grab by the reins.
listen, I'm gonna ride that horse.
Ooh.
You probably
Save a
already did.
Save a
horse.
horse.
Jinx. On that note, I will make sure I put all of Noreen's information in the show notes. She's absolutely been such a huge impact to my life, you know, on a personal level and a fitness level. You know, it's been fun because she always keeps it real, and I need that. I need someone to tell me, like, shut the fuck up and do the damn thing, and that's
I will
where
tell you
Noreen
that.
comes into play.
I will tell you that.
But there's a difference. I'll tell you, if you're listening to this, you know, you're not going to be able to pick up her energetic field listening or watching this. But like, if you're someone that's like, I don't like to be around people that give me the bad energy vibes. Like some people are super sensitive to that. I'm one of them. And like, you give off a very healing energy vibe that is, but it's like you're going to hold someone's feet to the fire, but you're going to do it with love and compassion and
100%.
kindness. Whereas you meet some of these trainers and you're like, I don't even like being around you. Like my body
Ew,
is literally convulsing inside to be, because you're just too.
Well, connection.
Yeah.
As a trainer, it's our job to remember, like, you know, you're in fitness in general, a lot of these gyms, like, what are you selling? This is what I tell, you know, sales associates. What are you selling? You're selling time. You're selling the promise. You know, women or men come into these gyms and they write these big checks and get a membership and they go home and they're like, honey, I just spent $300. And they're like, great, on what? And you're like, here. Holding a handful of nothing. And they're like, what is that? And you're like, my hopes and dreams. I talked to a sales associate and they said, I'm going to have this body and look like that trainer in there. If I do this many times a week, this is going to give me what I want.
Right.
And they're looking at that hand like, oh boy, okay, here we go. You know what I mean? It's really just showing up for yourself, creating that connection with somebody, with something to give you the want and the desire to go forward with it. Because we all want a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the desire to get there isn't always there.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I love it. We'll keep all her information in the show notes. Who knows? Maybe we'll do like a real estate boot camp with Noreen sometime in the near future.
Ooh, I like that.
Get you all together.
I literally had a feeling you were going to
Get you all together somewhere.
I literally, she's
gonna
like, put that finger up.
I normally do. Melvin makes me change it.
Yeah, sometimes.
Surprising.
Sometimes.
I'm like, I'm trying to. It won't do the full peace sign. It's just like, hi,
Yeah,
like
well,
a Girl Scout
little-
promise.
But yeah, stay
Situation.
tuned. This is gonna be a fun year for all of us. I want you guys to feel healthy and feel good in your business. Your business, you know, reflects as such. We have a lot coming for us, so we'll keep you in the loop. We've got some big events coming up, some things going down. It's gonna be an amazing year. Stay tuned for that and specific dates. The next episode, we're gonna have a videographer. He's freaking amazing. We're going to have him on with us to go over some ideas, thoughts, the way of the future as it pertains to video and social media, what works, what doesn't work. So stay tuned. We're going to keep it real this year more than ever, I think, and we're going to have some fun with it. So stay tuned. Enjoy the journey with us.
Thanks for seeing you.
Oh, we're fucking killing that this year, though. That's dead this year. We'll have to clue Noreen in on that whole situation. But thanks for joining. Yeah, leave some comments, send us some messages, and have a wonderful, wonderful year.
Yep.
Thanks, Noreen.
Thank
So
you.
glad to
Thanks
have
for
you.
having me.
Yay.